Hello everyone, and welcome back to What If Future Trunks Was Like Vegeta. This is part 4, and as always, I'll leave links to the previous parts in the description and in the cards. As always, I'd like to remind you guys to subscribe if you haven't already, because it really does help me out. Also, seeing as I'm not monetized at the moment, I'm being forced to shove people over towards my Patreon, in which you will find all my videos, even the ones that were previously monetized, completely ad-free. Hopefully, in the new year, I'll be able to sort out this entire mess and get memberships back up for a much easier way for you guys to support the channel, if you are so inclined. Thank you very, very much, and thank you all for your warm welcome back. I know I've been gone for a little while, and I'm really excited to carry on with these what-ifs, especially this one, because this one's been a long time coming. Anyway, enough of me, onto the video. Last time, Trunks pulled the ultimate Vegeta move. After flat out rejecting the Room of Spirit and Time, Trunks ended up confronting Cell and ultimately allowing him to absorb number 18. Without Krillin there to delay Cell, and despite number 21's best efforts, Trunks manages to hold his ground long enough against the cyborg to allow Cell to attain his perfect form. Vegeta was, for once, on the receiving end of his own prideful, arrogant behaviour and was forced to fight Cell at grade 3, with obvious results. Cell, however, was impressed, issuing the Cell Games challenge. During the fight, number 21 hit his head, breaking his control chip and coming to as Yamcha once again. Shortly afterwards, Goku and Gohan exited the Room of Spirit and Time as powerful as in canon, prompting Vegeta to practically drag his sulking son into the room with him. Vegeta and Trunks, understandably, have a lot to work out here. Vegeta has had a culture shock, watching his son behave the exact same way that he would, and the less than stellar results of that. He knows now that they both need to radically change their methods if they want to get anywhere with their training. Of course, it's going to take some serious work to get through to Trunks, who's still angry and bitter about his loss to Cell and having to be saved by Vegeta. Trunks immediately challenges Vegeta upon entering the time chamber, and the two duke it out. The two clash, and it quickly becomes clear that, because of his extra training to achieve grade 3, Vegeta is the stronger of the two right now. Trunks is livid. Only a few days ago, Trunks could run rings around his father, so what gives? But Vegeta responds in a way that takes him by surprise, telling him that his anger and frustration is justified, but he needs to use it. Put it to a better use, get better, become stronger. Otherwise it's pointless. Trunks responds better to this kind of hands-on training than he ever did to Gohan's methods. Gohan was too nice, too soft, but his father? He's starting to see that all of his anger can be aimed towards bettering himself. With this in mind, I'm going to say that Vegeta and Trunks, both already with a tight grasp on grade 2, managed to train themselves up from scratch using Super Saiyan as their base form. They use the entire day in the chamber, eventually emerging as grade 4 full power Super Saiyans. I think this time with his father has brought Trunks around to his way of thinking a lot more. If anything, Trunks is more like his father than he was before. His rage and frustration isn't gone, it's definitely still there, but he's learned to manage it better, and they're both now essentially where Vegeta would be towards the end of the Buu arc, character development wise at least. Meanwhile, Yamcha is getting used to his new life as a cyborg, now using the 10-day reprieve to reconnect with his friends now that he has his mind back. This goes well, they're an accepting bunch after all, but I think Yamcha would be just as sad about losing number 17 and number 18 as 16 is. He may not have been himself, but he still spent time with them. I think most of the time he spends with number 16 here, after he's been repaired. Krillin opts to spend his 10 days in Jingle Village. After spending a lot of time with Suno, she thinks he's very brave risking his life to save Goku, and has taken a liking to him, and him to her. The days of rest eventually come to an end, and the Cell Games finally commence. Goku still goes first. I think at this point Goku and Vegeta are essentially level in power, and Vegeta would be watching and following this battle perfectly, quickly coming to the same conclusions as Goku. Cell isn't using his full power. When Goku nominates Gohan to fight, Vegeta is surprised but not angry, in contrast to both the original story and this version of Trunks. Though Vegeta does manage to talk Trunks down, explaining that as it stands, Goku is stronger than him. He's obviously got a plan of some kind. Trunks reluctantly backs down. Soon, it becomes clear to the royal bloodline that Goku was onto something. Gohan is holding his own against Cell, and seems to be even stronger than Vegeta. This infuriates Vegeta, but he manages to hold it back. However, after a failed explosion from number 16, Cell gets bored, releasing his Cell Juniors to attack the group and anger Gohan. The group do better here, with Yamcha, Trunks and Vegeta managing to effectively hold off their juniors, the latter two even getting the upper hand long enough to help with Goku and Piccolo's. Cell is annoyed by this, but not enough to intervene. He'd rather spend his time taunting Gohan. That is, until number 16's head lands at Gohan's feet. As always, Cell smashes the head underfoot and Gohan explodes into Super Saiyan 2, taking everyone by surprise. Gohan easily dispatches the Cell Juniors and then knocks the 18 out of Cell. Having lost his perfect form, Cell attempts to blow up the planet, only for Goku to sacrifice himself, averting the threat. For a few minutes. The dust kicks up and Cell returns, firing a blast straight through Trunks, killing him. This sparks something new inside of Vegeta. This is a Vegeta at grade 4 who's much further along in his character development, having formed a meaningful understanding and a bond with his son over the past year in the time chamber. Vegeta screams out as his power spikes and his hair stands on end. To everyone's shock, especially Cell's, Vegeta has achieved Super Saiyan 2. He rushes Cell, taking him by surprise. I think in this situation Gohan is stronger than Vegeta still. I said before that he and Goku were level at grade 4, and Goku acknowledged that Gohan was already stronger than him in the same form. But that doesn't mean Vegeta is useless here. In fact, it's the opposite. With his rage boost, Vegeta is level with Super Perfect Cell, and neither warrior is willing to lose any ground. Gohan tries to intervene, but Vegeta just shoots him a dirty look. Gohan holds back as Vegeta's final flash meets Cell's solar Kamehameha. Things are looking tense, but Vegeta holds firm. Of course, Goku is also watching this exchange and tells Gohan that Vegeta needs to end this himself. Cell made it personal by killing Trunks, and Vegeta would never forgive anyone for getting involved. Cell is genuinely perplexed by Vegeta's new power, but keeps up his insane bravado, taunting Vegeta over the death of Trunks. I think that that's enough to push Vegeta past his limits, quite frankly, and finally put an end to Cell. Vegeta has delivered the final blow of the Cell games with the sacrifice of Goku and the efforts of Gohan not going unnoticed. Vegeta powers down, exhausted, as Gohan and the others go to make sure he's okay. As the dust settles and Vegeta is forced to rely on Gohan to help him fly, while Yamcha carries number 18, the group head towards the lookout to summon Shenron and set everything right once more. And that's where we'll leave things for right now. So, what do you guys think? How does Trunks' death affect him going forward? And how will the future struggle on with Gohan surviving the events of this story? Tune in next time to find out. I hope that you enjoyed this What If. If you did, please feel free to leave me a like and subscribe. As always, I'm very grateful for everybody who takes the time to do that. And thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.